G'day friends, welcome to today's YouTube video. My name's James, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Today, I'm doing a bit of a journal with me, but nothing I'm talking about relates to this video. So, if you're looking for more of a play-by-play or kind of a creative process, a bit of a work through kind of a journal page, some of the more recent real-time videos that I've been doing, I find are a lot more helpful as a viewer to get better and more off-the-cuff kind of tips and tricks. I talk a lot about materials that I'm using and mediums that I'm using in those videos because I'm in the process while I film them and voice over them. Some of the more, play-by-plays that I do after the fact where I'm kind of just narrating over the top as a voiceover, I find it really difficult to give you a lot of useful information because I'm just not in that headspace when I do it, and a lot of the time my brain just wants to talk about all the other stories I have to talk about. So if you are looking for more of an informative, techniques-based or materials-based, medium-based kind of video, go and check out some more of those real-time journaling videos that I've been doing recently. I really like those for that, and I anticipate doing more of those to get a better look into that creative process, because I think it's most beneficial to talk about it whilst I'm in it. Not to voice over it after the fact. I just forget too many things. I can't keep track of everything. I could take notes, but it's not gonna happen. I care about a lot of things. I just do not care to sit down and kind of pre-script my voiceovers, and it's just because I'm on a candid journey. I'm on a very candid journey more recently over the past couple of months to sit down and talk openly about things that I'm doing and things that I'm loving and things that I'm going through. And voiceovers for me that have any kind of a soft scripting to them they just really trip me up. I could write a note or two. Oh, listen to me making excuses. I guess I could write notes. But I'm going to say, from my end, as a creator, as a content creator, much better for me. I know I get a lot more useful information out there for you in the real-time videos as opposed to the recap kind of speed through videos. So that's what's happening on the screen, just playing. And what I wanted to talk about, a few different announcements, a few different things. I'm going home. I booked my tickets home to Australia in November. So I'll be doing workshops there. I think I'm doing 2 workshops, and they'll be very, very intimate. It's on the central coast of New South Wales in a little town called Wyong. I know, if you know Wyong, you're probably laughing. I was raised in Wyong, so please don't be so nasty. No, Wyong's an interesting place, but yeah, the central coast of New South Wales, they'll be there. It was actually held at the same little venue that we did our meetup at last year. Beautiful little place. It's already booked. I don't want to give you all the information right now because I want to be able to put it all together in a nice informative package for you. I just haven't had the time. So when I do get that, I'll give you all the information. I do believe, though, it's the 9th. If that's the Saturday, I get there on the 5th or the 7th. I leave here on the 5th. I think I get there on the 7th. And the workshops will be on the 9th, which I believe is the Saturday of November. That's all I'll say on that, just because I know that some people were reaching out and wanted to know if you could reserve spots or anything. I'm not doing any kind of pre-order, pre-reservation, pre-anything. To the best of my knowledge, I'm not doing that. So I'll just leave that with you, but I will give you all the information about when registration will open and how many spots there will be. But there'll be 2 workshops. I'm anticipating the concept stamping workshop and my whimsical illustration 201 workshop, which the same workshops that I just recently taught up north in Northern California. And yeah, I don't anticipate there being more than 10 spots per class. So it will be a little bit of a struggle if there are more people that want to do it. But I honestly don't think there are that many people around there that really want to take the workshop anyway. So I'll leave you with that for now. I'll give you more info on that at a later date. You're more than welcome to ask me about it, but truly I don't have any answers for you right now. I know, I probably should have not said anything, but just to let you know. Patreon's been going well. Playtest 2, if you've been up on the socials, you might have seen that we were going through a little bit of payment processing drama. Honestly, half of it's fixed, half of it's not, but I have faith that it'll get fixed, so, just living in that. I've had a great time, though, sharing the content so far. We've had a great tutorial that so many people did such a wonderful job on, and really blew me away. I actually didn't think that many people would try it. One of the weird things about being a content creator, and I say that because that's just what you call yourself when you're doing it, but I really don't know what the actual word might be. Being a mixed media artist that makes tutorial-based videos, I guess. Content creation, let's just call it that. you can never really know what people might gravitate towards and what might people want to play with or do. I know some people, and I think I even used to say this about myself. One of my goals was to create inspiring content. And the more I looked around at what everyone would take from a certain video, what everyone would try from a certain video, or a tip that they might hold on to, the more I realized I would never have been able to guess what people were actually inspired by. And even myself, knowing about my own creative process, where my inspirations come from, I'm dead certain that some of the people that have inspired me never knew that they were doing it. And so it almost, and this was a long time ago, maybe about a year and a half ago that I thought this, it became kind of pointless to want to inspire people. It was a great byproduct of having done whatever made you feel passionate about, you know what I mean? Like if you were out there just sharing and it did inspire someone, that's just great, shoot an arrow and it goes real high, hooray for you. Clock the reference. If it happened, it's great, but could you ever really set out to inspire anyone? And I thought, no, you really couldn't, because you might think, till the day is long, that you've made something inspirational, but if someone isn't inspired by it, is it really inspirational? If a tree falls in the woods. I think that kind of an idea, maybe it's too heady, maybe I'm too analytical about it. I just felt like for me, once upon a time, it really actually freed me a little bit to think I don't have to make inspiring content. I have to make content that I love to do. And if someone is inspired by it, that's great. I like that. That makes me feel good. But it's also not the point. Which was very freeing, because if you really do sit down and think I've got to make inspiring content every day, that's a lot. There's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. So I felt like it kind of was unnecessary. Some people have been inspired by things that I would never have guessed they've been inspired by, just like I have been inspired by things like, the design of a clasp on a bag I thought was really fun, so I drew the shape. I don't think the person that set out to do that, was thinking about how inspiring that design might be. Maybe it wasn't maybe their intention was to be inspirational in the clasp design. I don't know. But I found it anyway. It was a lot more of a pressure taken off of my back to do that. So all of that to say, I was very taken with how many people were excited to do that tutorial, because I never expect anyone to want to do anything. I'm just happy for what everyone likes to do with it. Some people just like to watch. Some people just like to listen. Some people, like my mother, like to put the videos on and fall asleep. But that's worth it to her, so it's worth it to me. Do you know what I mean? I really just take what I can get at this point, and I think it's really freed me from any of the notion that I have to be anything more than I am. If you didn't like the video this week, that's okay. If you liked it last week, that's great. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing, but I think it really does come up the more you put content out there, because you are kind of forced to, well, not forced to, you choose to, I guess, but in your own head, you're more up against it. You're more, I've got to get, this video done, and I'm going to do this video, and this is going to be different to this video, and if I teach this here, I have to teach something different here. It can get really overwhelming if you're already working with all of these kind of ideas, and then above all of it, you think, and everything I do has to be inspirational. It's just, I can't even imagine what that pressure must feel like. I know I used to do it to myself, and it was a lot of pressure. So that's how I approach it now. I don't know if any of you are out there, maybe you want to become YouTubers or content creators, or if you are, hopefully that resonated with you in some way. But that's been interesting for Patreon, because I put it all out there. I'm really excited with everything that I do, and to see other people get excited about it, I guess the modern Kokeshi tutorial, I didn't realize so many people would do it. And that just made me feel really good. So thank you for sharing that with me, and for sharing it on social media. I know you brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. So thank you, patrons, if you're watching that. Or anyone that in the future that will do that tutorial. But we've done other things too. We had a long, epic journal chat where I found out that everyone else is just as bad at hoarding journals as I am. It's all good. We're all in that together. We journal with me. I broke everyone's printers, including my own. No, for real talk, I broke my own printer. I had a paper jam that broke the bottom feed tray. It's upsetting because the scanner and the top feed tray still work, so I'm going to keep the printer. Although I did have a replacement ordered and it arrived today. So yeah, now I'm going to have two massive printers in a small studio, but it's fine. It is what it is. Maybe I'll need to scan multiple things at once. Who knows? But yeah, I've got a new printer. I was laughing just because I joked to everyone that I was giving out so many printables that I apologized to their printers, and someone's actually did have a bit of a problem and did kind of break, and then mine broke. So, whole joke, half earnest, I guess. But Japan vlogs. This past week we had all patrons actually got access to the regular vlogs, part 1, part 2. It's about an hour total of the most recent trip, JLB Creative in Japan. We went with Stella. Stella and I went to Japan in April and had the most incredible time, and vlogged the entire experience. Actually, we went to have the experience and vlog it because I'm doing a travel journal workshop, and that is something that I've kind of moved the launch date back a bit so that I could finish it properly. But the journal itself is probably one of my most favorite possessions, like grab it in a fire type of a thing. It's so interactive and I love it, and I can't wait to share that with you. But the vlogs that we created for that are just a section of the course, just so that if people wanted to see the, what I end up journaling, what I make the travel journal about, if they want to see the trip, that's the trip that we had. So we did the big vlogs for it. All patrons get access to part 1 and part 2, which is about an hour long. But it was so funny. I had Stella over here, and the first time she saw the vlogs all put together, I made her sit down with the microphone, and we both voiceovered the director's cut, which was just a blast. We're basically sat down just reading each other for filth into the microphone. Which, what are friends for if you can't rip them to shreds on social media? So that was super fun. Those are videos that I'm really, really proud of. But it's all varied. It's all diversified content in there. So I'm having a really, really good time with that. And it's starting to, a lot of the pre-planned stuff is starting to catch up with me, which I knew I was expecting. But I think I'm going good. I think I'm really doing well. I did manage to get 9 journal flips out onto YouTube, so I must be apparently having some spare time somewhere. But I'm still very, very committed, very dedicated to, remaining strict with my YouTube schedule every week. And even when I go home, I will have content planned for and scheduled for when I go home. I don't like to leave you guys hanging, so I will have stuff then too. I also don't know this time. I know last time I said I wasn't going to do anything while I was at home, but then we did the mermaid rock pool thing, which really is. I watch that video all the time, and only for the start. I couldn't care less about the actual the journal flip. I watch it all just for the little intro bit, just to see my nephew and my family and see Southwest Rocks. We're going back to Southwest Rocks this year, so I am just ecstatic because my mum and I started watching it because my mum said that she goes back and just watches that at the beginning, which I didn't realize is kind of a family video. Do you know what I mean? It's, back in the day when you put together family trip videos or slideshows. My stepdad would put lots of slideshows together. I didn't realize she was watching it for that. I just somehow thought she liked to watch me journaling or something, which I know is not the case. So no, she enjoys it, but she she was watching it because it's essentially our family vacation video. Just a really quick intro of it, but she was watching it so often that I would start watching it so often. Then it made me really super homesick, and I decided that this year I would go back for the exact same trip. I'm not looking to change a thing. I want to do exactly what I did last year. I'm a creature of habit. Steve reads me for it all the time, but I am just that way. And Steve won't be coming. I know what you're all thinking. Second international getaway this year, and poor Steve isn't coming. Unfortunately, he does work a lot, and the last part of the year, more August towards December, is the busiest part of the year for him. So if he's already busy, through the start of the year, you can only imagine how busy he gets towards the end of it. So just the perks of being an adult, I guess. But he'll be here with the cats, and hopefully, like last year, I'll return to Thanksgiving and Christmas will all be set up. Wink, wink. Steve, I want you to set up Christmas while I'm gone. He doesn't watch these videos, so it's fine. Watch this be the one video he watches, and then he'll be paranoid that I talk about him all the time. I don't say a word. All right. Anyway, so that's those are the announcements, I guess. Wow, I timed that perfectly, if I do say so myself. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'll be around again. I hope you're enjoying all the journal flips that I had scheduled. That just came out of nowhere. Honestly, I've got many more journal flips to go. I don't know if I'll get around to them. I'm pretty happy with the 9 for now. I just felt like doing it. I don't even know why. There was no real rhyme or reason for it. I just felt like doing it. So, I hope you're enjoying that. Hope you have a great weekend. Find some time for yourself just to go and play and explore something and run with an idea. Chase down a creative frenzy. I will see you again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.